What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, got a really cool one for you. A favorite of mine that I picked up a long time ago. One of my favorite firefighters. Guys that know my channel know that I have a lot of fighters as good friends of mine that are firefighters, and I love what they do. These men and women put their lives on the line on a daily basis to protect us, and I wanted to do a video today, and this is our G.I. Joe Red Alert Rescue. And this is from our Search and Rescue collection. Let's bring this guy down. My G.I. Joe fans, I didn't forget about you guys. This G.I. Joe comes absolutely loaded with everything. You see his oxygen tank here. He's got his axe. A couple selling points on this beautiful G.I. Joe was the outfit. We have a lot of our firefighters with the black uniform, and I believe I only have two with this tan colored uniform with the orange piping on it. So that really attracted me to this G.I. Joe. There's this helmet up here. Face mask here. Oxygen mask there. Boots are tucked in. This was just a beautiful figure. Simplistic in nature, as most of our fighters are, G.I. Joes are, but beautiful. Hasbro, they put out a lot. You see, he's got the gung-ho grip hands. They put out a lot of fighters in the late to early 2000s. I should say the late 1990s and early 2000s. I apologize. Got his mask on there. Beautiful head sculpt. This is one of my favorite head sculpts that Hasbro came out with in the late 1990s. I thought this head sculpt was beautifully done, very clean, sharp looking, a sense of seriousness to this head sculpt, expression I should say, on his face. We got our new camera, guys, so I'm testing out our new camera today. We've had it for a couple videos, but I just want to give it a try, and I really like what I'm seeing. And we want you to be able to get up and close and as personal as you can with this this figure. We want this figure to literally jump out of your screen, wherever device you're looking at this video on. We want it to literally jump off the screen at you with the shots that we get. We are a museum, guys. Explain a little bit once again for our new subscribers, our new viewership. Sometimes viewers are really quick to kind of judge and say, well, take him out of the box, and maybe we need to do a better job at explaining who and what we really are and what we represent. We'll put him back up here and bring him in. We are a museum first and foremost. We are in the business of protecting and preserving these beautiful toy lines that we have here in our museum. We want to bring these figures and toy lines to you just the way they appeared on toy store shelves decades ago. Some of these figures are over 20 years old. Some are nearly 30 years old and older. You know, we have figures here that are mint on card that are 40 years old, 40 plus years old. So that's what we do here as a museum. And because we used to get a lot of questions about that. Well, take it out of the box. The box is just as much a part of this action figure as the action figure itself. With the way it's set up and displayed inside of the box, the way that box houses the figure. Here's a side shot here. Here's a picture of our Red Alert Rescue G.I. Joe and all of his gear, ready to do battle with the fire and the blaze. Here's his equipment list. This is a superposable G.I. Joe. So he had the superposable technology built into his frame. He was very articulate. Well, not super articulate. They would come out later with a super articulate G.I. Joe body. But this was the next step up to that. Beautiful. This box is just beautiful. This is why I could never bring myself to destroy this box to take the figure out. There's a backstory here on the Red Alert Rescue. And here's some other figures that was in this series. And a lot of these guys were carded. We do have a few of these guys. The Deepwater Rescue. Believe it or not, we're still looking for the Hot Shot Crew and the Police Search and Rescue. These were two carded figures that didn't stay out very long. So I was more devoted to seeking out all of the box figures of this line first. Let's get you a year. 2002. Just a beautiful figure, and like this is one of my favorite G.I. Joe fighter fighters. He's Fireman, I should say, my favorite G.I. Joe Fireman. Just a beautiful, beautiful figure. As you can see, he is factory sealed. Guys, what do you think of our G.I. Joe Red Alert Rescue Fireman? Do you have this guy? Are you looking for this guy? Not hard to find. This figure has maintained its collectability pretty well over the years. But you can still find this guy for a really decent price. Cotswold Collectibles, a toy website that has a massive G.I. Joe inventory. I would always say check those guys out first. They have a ton of other action figures. They carry pretty much every toy line known to man, literally. And I've been doing business with those guys for well over 15, 16 years now. And I've never had any issues or problems. They are collectors themselves. So for me, it's a must. I have those guys at the top of my list. eBay would be will be the second choice. But just make sure you don't get caught into a lot of bidding wars or things of that nature. Make sure if you're going to do a buy it now type of a situation, make sure the seller has a ton of photos of this Beautiful figure. For every angle of the box. This is a C10 museum example. And look what I paid for it back in 2002. Bought it from Kmart. $19.99. So this is nearly a C10 museum example that we have on display at our museum. But now make sure the description and everything matches what you're looking at on the photos on when you buy off eBay. If you want this guy loose, I'm sure you can find him loose for a lot cheaper. Now, the problem with getting him loose, you may not have all of this equipment that he comes with. So make sure all that is with him if you're trying to buy this guy loose. We'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with us today at our museum. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.